Index card of day number 48, Choose Joy by Creative Katie. If you don't want to miss another video, hit the subscribe button. So I wanted a bright yellow orangey background. So I opened up a coffee filter and I decided to get out my Dilutions paints in the 3 colors and just paint the background. And before doing that, I stamped on it so I would have a design. I'm just looking for the color combo that I like from my swatches that I had made. And there are the 3 colors. There's the yellow, the orange, and the postbox red. So I'm just going to apply a little bit of paint onto each of the blending tools and apply it directly on, just as if I was cleaning the blending tools. I really like the feel of this kind of coffee filter. And I didn't have any in that color, so this kind of got a little darker than I wanted for my card. So I decided to get another coffee filter and just clean off the blending tools and do it. It works best if you spray a lot of water on the coffee filter, and then the paint just kind of seeps out and blends easier, and you get a softer look. So after drying it, I decided I definitely am going with the lighter one, and I'm ripping it up into pieces because I want to get those fibrous edges and the look. Typically I find that when you rip paper to put on, to collage back on, you need double the amount for good coverage. So I'm just using matte medium here and putting a coat on the card and then on top. And I'm liking how the colors are working on the card. I assumed at this point that with the gel medium on top that it would seal and protect the fibers of the coffee filter, but I found out later that it kind of, any wet medium on it or colored medium kind of bled through it. So you would probably need to put another layer of Mod Podge or something to really seal it in so that you would avoid that. You'll see what I mean later. Checking around the edges, making sure everything's put down proper and giving it a really good dry. Look at all that luscious color. Wasn't sure what I was going to do once I got to that part, but I decided that I was going to use this stamp. This stamp isn't one that I've used a lot, and I thought, oh, that'll be really good. So first I stamped it on paper, and I'm going to make a mask out of that, and then I'm stamping it onto the card. First you saw me stamp it and it was kind of a burgundy color, and I didn't like that. So then I went back over it with the black. Now because of the texture with the ripped papers and the texture of the coffee filter, the next stamp that I put down doesn't work out very well, and I have to try to stamp again and get it close enough. It wasn't perfect, but I'm okay with that. Here it comes. Doesn't look so bad here, but when I pulled that off, I really went, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? But I just stamped again, and you know, it's not exactly perfect. So with my Stabilo oil pencil, I just drew a couple stems to these flowers, and I'm getting out the green, I think it's Hooker's green acrylic paint, and I'm painting on top of the Stabilo oil pencil. That kind of shades it a little bit because the Stabilo oil pencil with the wet acrylic becomes activated with the wet acrylic. So I'm stamping the sentiment, choose joy, That was a stamp I got in the dollar bin at Michael's. And I'm thinking I need to add some leaves to these flowers. And I paint them on and I instantly dislike it. So I wipe it off. And because there was gel medium there, I was able to get up all the paint and correct my error. So just add a little bit of grass at the bottom. I'm edging it with black with the ink pad. Kind of ties it all together and frames the page. And now I'm using the Uniball Signo white gel pen and I'm tracing around the letters just to lighten up the page a little bit and make sure that the letters aren't lost with the stems of the flowers there. So if you add white there, you have to add white somewhere else so it all goes together. So I did my usual dot, 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 dash all the way around. And I'm thinking I need a little bit more white, so I water down some white acrylic paint and with the fan brush, splatter. Because splatters make everything better. Here's a close-up of the finished card. See you with the next Icad.